welcome everybody here tonight. We're in the Rebels ARCA series for the Warren's School of Racing Etiquette ARCA series here in Original Rebels. I'm Eddie Smith and you're watching Rebel Racing Network, and we're glad to have you tonight as we get ready to send off our final four in the standings and see who's going to fight for a championship next week. Already getting the grid up and going, so we're going to kind of talk through that real quick, but we'll talk about the point standings real quick and see where everybody is. Don't necessarily have a graphic for it, but just the normal iRacing deal. Let's see what we got here. As Michael Kostick is your leader, Jason Warren, Alan Wernecki, all within a point of each other. The battle here is for fourth place. You won't be able to see it on your screen, but Jason Loftus currently holds that position with 1569, holding that last spot. Tyler Rice, 1563, is only 6 points out. Brandon Pollock, 1562. And then down at the bottom, about 30 points down, 20 points down, is Jonathan Cofield and Josh Oswald. Both those guys are going to have to win to get in. So we're keeping tabs on that all night long. The top three basically locked in, but nobody is locked in on wins as Daniel Pope has won the last two races. So everybody kind of on edge. Win will get you in with no issue, but pretty much finishing, if you're in the top three, those guys will advance just by probably finishing the race. We only have about 18 drivers. So let's go ahead and get the grid up and let's talk about this and see where everybody's starting tonight. Daniel Pope as the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. As my brain is just going to be all messed up tonight, I can tell you that right now. So as we are just finished up the Grand National Racing for Darlington, and my brain is fried. But Daniel Pope starting on pole, Jason Warren outside the front row. Jonathan Cofield starting third, must-win situation. Michael Kostick starting fourth. Michael Nash starting fifth. Jason Lotcher starting sixth. Tyler Rice starting seventh. Ray Page starting eighth. Ninth, Josh Oswald in a must-win situation as well. Brandon Wallace starting 10th. Brandon Pollock 11th. Alan Wernecki starting 12th. 13th, Steve McDonald. 14th, Michael Morrison. 15th, Mickey Isaac. 16th, Andy Kurtz. 17th, Chuck Phelps, and 18th is Matt Clement. As we are going down into turns 3 and 4, we're going to get ready to get this thing rolling. Daniel Pope going to lead us down to the green flag, and 125 laps here of just a lot of fun here at Rockingham. And pace car going to pull off, and we're going to get ready to go green here. Green flag is out here, and man, top line did not go anywhere. Jason Warren struggling on the start there as he is 3 wide with Michael Kostick on the top side. That allows Jonathan Cofield, Daniel Pope to get out ahead a little bit. And on the left side, you can see those playoff drivers. So if you want to keep tabs on where everybody is, those green names are going to be the most important. The 2 names you got to think about in must-win situations is going to be Jonathan Cofield in that second position and Josh Oswald in 8th, number 17. Those guys in must-wins. Then you got Lottridge, Rice, Pollock, Wernecki. All those guys going to be battling to make it in, to point their way into that 4th place. So if Cofield goes up there and wins, he will take that final 4th spot. If not, it's going to be one of those guys pointing in. So we'll keep an eye on that the best we can. We don't have live time in the score, but we'll keep tabs on it the best we can, right? Throughout the race. Whew, I am struggling tonight. I'm gonna tell you right now. We're gonna make it through it though. Right now, watching this battle between Jason Warren and Michael Kostick, as Jason gets a little bit loose spinning the tires on the start, and wasn't able to really get going. We'll kind of go back and see that real quick while we got a chance to watch. You see on the top of the outside of the front row, you're gonna see the 45 just gets real loose. Everybody does a great job. He keeps it up high and able to keep that thing going in the right direction. While I think he is pretty much points himself in, he's really not in danger with only 18 cars. You know, I don't want to test it. I want to go ahead and get this finished and get it done. We see Jason Lottridge get a little bit loose out there as we are on lap 5 of 125. Going to be a little bit longer race than normal, I believe. So strap in, guys. Going to be saving their tires, doing the best they can. This is a really, really tough racetrack. You can see just how much those cars are moving around in the corner. And, ooh, Jason Lottridge is going to get loose again. Kind of go down the corner. You can see, look at the steering wheel just kind of bouncing. You see the front end just slamming on and off the track. We'll watch down in turn 1, 2. The same thing as it go down the corner. The front end just kind of slam down on the track over and over again. Good way to lose a filling or two. Go back up front, though. Daniel Pope leading the way. Able to get out to an early lead, but Jonathan Cofield not letting him get away. Neither is the field. Saving tires is going to be the name of the game tonight. Tires way too important to not at least have that in the back of your mind. Track position going to be key. It's going to be difficult to pass. But with the way this line is, there's a lot of tracks like it where you kind of diamond the middle of the corner as the tires start to wear out. You know, early on you can really make the bottom work, but you really have to start to drive the car down in the corner, let it drift up just a little bit, and drive it down off the exit. And you'll see Daniel Pope doing that just right, but could be still hard to pass. So you kind of have to manage that track position versus how much do I want to wear those tires. All those decisions are going to make be important to see who wins this race tonight. We look and see Jason Warren staying with this lead pack, saw him get loose there, allows the 27 of Michael Nash to get to the inside, and so move Michael Nash up into 4th position. We don't talk about Michael that much. He's always up at the top 5, though. Little late joiner, I believe, into the series, so I think if he can get the ball rolling at the beginning of the season, I think we're looking at a championship contender here in the 27 car. And it's really hard to look away when there's somebody driving a Valvoline scheme. Don't really like the Taurus, but you know what? I feel like the Valvoline scheme kind of trumps the Taurus look. But definitely an iconic Mark Martin paint scheme. We saw it out at Vegas a few weeks ago with Mark Martin driving it at the racetrack. So that was it was really cool. But right now, just trying to hold off Jason Warren, who gets that car righted, and he starts to hunt down that 27 car. Go back here, check in a battle. Ooh, got Ray Page like he got a little bit out of shape, got up in the wall a little bit, allowed Brandon Pollock to get around him. Very, very tough to kind of decide what this thing is going to do. You drive down to the corner, you hit the bumps just the wrong way, it can sail the front end, makes it very, very difficult. And you see Andy Kurtz trying to make that top side work in that 5 machine, trying to find a way around this 41 of Ray Page. But just see how much they're moving around. You'll see a lot of difference in lap times from one lap to another as the car will just sometimes just do whatever the heck it wants to. You start to see these guys move up to the top side. We talked about letting the car push out in the middle of the corners to get those runs as off the corner as the tires start to wear. And see some of these guys really making good use of it. But this is a battle for 9th place. I see Brandon Pollock having a little bit of an issue, starting to fall back into the clutches of Ray Page. Pull the standings up. Cool. Give the old ticker, that way we can show all the action on the screen. Let's go back up to the lead. As Jonathan Cofield in a must-win situation, he is ready to ride as he is right on the back bumper of Daniel Pope. I do apologize, guys. My brain is fried. I'm going to try to get back into this thing. Getting a little tongue-tied, but we're going to get all the action. Just don't listen to me. Turn me down. Just watch the race. That'd probably be the best idea. But as we look on board with Jonathan Cofield, as he just slowly easing up to that 16 machine. Looks to get a good run through the corner. Oh, it almost makes contact as they enter in the corner. Pope really lets off a little bit earlier than I think maybe Cofield expected. Almost made contact. They both did a great job of staying off each other. And Pope going to get the run off the corner, able to hang on to that spot. You see Cofield able to get on the gas in 3 and 4 a little bit earlier than Daniel, but Daniel did a fantastic job in 1-2, holding that position, defending it. High side, very, very difficult to deal with. As soon as I say that, Cofield able to make the pass with ease. Looks like Daniel Pope helped facilitate that just a little bit, and I'm sure Cofield appreciates that a ton. So Cofield going to definitely want to set sail and head on out. I mean, Pope doesn't seem like he's fighting that hard. Michael Kostick behind him, that's Jonathan Cofield's teammate, who is basically locked in, so I don't expect too much pressure out of him. So right behind Kostick, Jason Warren also pretty much locked in. So Cofield, he's in a good spot here. Not going to have a whole lot of folks fighting. He just needs to keep it together. See him get loose off the corner there. You can't do that. I think Cofield is his biggest enemy tonight. I think he's got all of the tools. He's got the speed. He's got the talent for sure. He just needs to put it all together. He's had a rough couple of weeks where he's had some incidents, some wrecks in some different series. Just a tough deal. So tonight, if he can just hold steady what he's got here, just guys, you know, they definitely want to win the race. But how hard are they going to fight? You know, everybody here is really respectful. How hard will they fight? You know, somebody like Michael Kostick, don't expect him to fight too hard. Jason Warren, though, even though he is basically locked in, maybe you don't want Jonathan Cofield in that Final Four. Maybe you want somebody else. Maybe you want to try to keep him out. So we get up here and race, take the win away from him. You know, you might see some of that, but. And I will continue to remind everybody about the points. We'll go over it a couple times. That way we can keep an eye on that. But let's go back here. Just in time is, man, we've got, and Josh Oswald in the wall, the 17, 3 wide. And Andy Kurtz on the inside. Man, what a great job. Luckily, I don't think there's too much damage to the side of that 17 machine. But, oh, my goodness, and Ray Page gets down into the door of the 5. Here comes Jason Lottridge. My goodness, this is like the last lap. We got 100 lap, boys. 100 lap left. Just a testament to this racetrack. Of course, Rockingham, we really didn't talk about the race, but you see just a little under a mile, and we've heard that track. I mean, it's just one of the staples of the series. Just a rough and rowdy racetrack that puts on a good show because of the bumps, because of the way the track laid out. Definitely feels like a short track, and feels like you really got to wheel the thing. So gonna eat up the tires, gonna wear those out. But you know, like a Charlotte, something that's really, really smooth. It's easy to kind of be predictable, run consistent laps. But here, you really, it's almost like you're sort of improvising a little bit. And see somebody get loose. Who is this? Michael Morrison. Woo! He was bad out of shape there as he was sliding all the way down the back straightaway. Able to keep it going in that 16 Napa Chevrolet. Boy, you can definitely see he is struggling. Let's go on board with him. I want to see what he's dealing with. See that wheel cocked to the right as he's coming off the corner, just counter steered, trying to keep that thing from coming around. You got to put the throttle into it soon. We'll go on board with somebody else soon, but you drive down in these corners, you get off, get the car set, you gas it up earlier than you think it does, and it just kind of grips around the corner. So you got to see he's on the gas already. Do a little counter steer to try to get under the inside of this 68 of Stephen McDonald. Did a great job there. So it looks like he's got it going back the right direction. Stephen McDonald, though, going to fight back here on the outside. This is a battle for 14. Oh, they make contact. Michael Morrison going to go down the corner. He's going to slide up. Does a great job of not causing an incident there as they make a little bit of contact, and that's all it needed for that Napa machine to slide down to the inside. My goodness, very, very scary moment there for Michael. Let's see if we can go and see what happened to him. Oh, just a little bit too far ahead, but we kind of see what's happening. From Matt Clemens' point of view, just see, make a little contact. Man, great job by Morrison to keep it together. Now they're back together, battling it out. Oh, and Michael is sliding it again. Boy, he ain't playing around. I'll tell you what, I mean, Goodyear, or I think it's actual General Tire. General Tire, they're sweating in the pits right now as they watch the 16 go around the track. He is wearing them out. Go back up front. Michael Kostick able to get around the 16 of Daniel Pope. Kostick, like I said, pretty much got himself locked in on points, so he doesn't need a win here. Doesn't really, I mean, he could probably park it here and be good. Old Alan Wernicke has crashed. See the 72 down on the apron, slow. Doesn't look like there's too much damage. A little bit of crinkle on that right front, but Alan Wernicke brings out our first caution here on lap 33. Let's go see what happened. Oh, Josh Oswald's going to get. Let's go back and watch from a different view. You'll see the 17 just gets into the wall there and just trying to get as much as he can. Just barely tapping it here. You see that 17 get a little bit tight when he pulls it off the wall. Wernicke just right there and catches that right rear. Almost has it saved, and then comes back up on the track, loses the rear bumper, and that brings out the caution. So pit road going to be wild and crazy as everybody coming down pit road now. As Jonathan Cofield going to lead the field down on pit road, and everybody really wants 4 tires and fuel, no doubt about it. I think anytime you can get tires, you're going to want it. Let's talk about that a little bit as we do have this right here. We got 125 laps. Of course, you got the 1 fashion pair, and then 5 total sets of tires tonight. So that's a little different than normal. Brandon Wallace, who runs this series, being a little generous tonight. So I expect guys to get tires anytime they can, as I can imagine they really eat them up. So watch the battle off of pit road, and I can't tell. It might have been Kostick. I think Kostick beat him off of pit road, so. Yeah, look at the difference in pit time. Michael Kostick with a 14.43 and Jonathan Cofield with a 14.85. So the roll the dice RNG of the pit crew really got Cofield there. That's one thing about iRacing I just don't love. They're trying to simulate real life, so I totally get that. I can see definitely why they want to have it. But it sure is frustrating when you go down, got the lead, come down, and just a random number generator decides your fate. But he'll have the outside of the front row, so if he can get up through the gears and get to the outside, he may be able to hang on to this lead. But right now, at 3 car, Michael Kostick, he is your leader. As we get ready to go green, really quick caution. I'd love to see that. That way we can get back to the action and see some racing. All right, Barney's got the green flag in hand. Pace car yanks it to the left, does a little drift, and green flag is out. We are back rolling here on lap 37 of 125 as they come barreling down into turn 1. Oh, the one. Brandon Pollock gets a little bit loose, but able to save it. What an incredible job. Guys are doing fantastic work saving these things. As let's see if we can go back and see that real quick if it's possible. See the one down to the inside and gets a little bit loose, but able to save it. Oh my goodness, got Mickey Isaac stuck on the, what in the world's going on? Everybody's wrecking. We got Michael Kostick on pit road. I don't know what's going on there. He was on pit road getting service. So I don't know if he had a penalty or what's going on. But while we were looking at that replay, I saw all kinds of crap's going on. Let's go back and see. Looks like it started maybe with Tyler Rice. Oh my goodness, they're already wrecking. We'll back it up real quick. And we will... watch from Tyler Rice's viewpoint. See Mickey Isaac right behind him. Looks like the 48 going to get a little bit of that apron and try to gas it up. And boom. 6 car with nowhere to go. And Mickey Isaac as well. And he's going to get stuck with that motor blown. And that's going to end his race. It looks like he's trying to get it going, but it was stuck in the dirt. And then while all that's going on, it looks like Michael Kostick, see if we can back this up. Just be crude with it. I don't know if the same thing happened to him that happened to Lottridge. Yeah, he gets loose. And oh man, he's going to spin down pit road. My goodness, good grief, a lot of stuff's going on. Somebody put oil down on the track or something. I mean, they... what in the world happened there on that restart? Those cold tires really got those guys. So Michael Kostick, after that restart, fell back to third, and he was just trying to get back going. It got loose and spun down pit road. So that's going to put him behind the 8 ball if he's going to come back and get this win tonight. But like I said, I think he's safe as far as points go. We'll look at the points one more time. Yeah, Michael Kostick currently leading with 1583 points, and so the first through third, Michael Kostick, Jason Warren, Alan Necki, they are separated by just 1 point. Michael Kostick 1583, 1582 for Jason and Alan, so they're pretty much locked in. It would be very, very difficult for them to fall out, but you know, I mean, they're only 13 points to the good. There's 18 cars in the race, so I don't know. Actually, I kind of wish I didn't say that, because while Kostick will get a bonus point for leading the lap, he may be in trouble here if he can't get back on the lead lap. My goodness, and we have the quickest cautions on earth. They must be speeding them up, because I've never seen the cautions be this fast. But we're under green again, and I've completely missed it. So, like I said, my brain is fried. Y'all can I might have to give y'all some money back for this race. But watch it right here as Michael Kostick trying to get back in this thing, but he is at least 1 lap down. We'll see as oh my goodness, Tyler Rice, all kinds of stuff going on, man. Tyler Rice done blown up. He done blowed up. He comes down pit road. Don't know if he's used his fast repair, but he's going to need it. If he hasn't, he is going to be done for the day. Trying to see where Cossack is. Cossack's actually 3 laps down, so actually a nightmare for him. So, oh, we see the 16 in the wall, man. There's all kinds of stuff going on. 16, aka the 21 of Michael Morrison, not to be confused with the 16 of Daniel Pope. Anyway, let me get up to the front, man. Let me get up here where I can think. There's too much stuff going on. Yeah, I got somebody, Jonah Colbert in chat's helping me along because no caution came out as guys were wrecking all over the, I thought for sure a caution came out. And heck, I'm over here thinking I got plenty of time to talk about the dang race or the wreck, and hell, we're under green, so. Right now, watching Jonathan Cofield, Daniel Pope, within a half second of each other. Cofield in a must-win situation. I wish we had live time and score, and I hope that's something that we get soon in this broadcasting software, because I would love to be able to see it as it's live. Because, I mean, Michael Cossack being 3 laps down, that's a big deal. I thought they were pretty much locked in, but just didn't consider the fact that something bad might happen to him. And, you know, just depends on where everything kind of plays out here. But, you know, Jason Lottridge, the one that's in, you know, range of trying to leapfrog over someone as far as points go, and currently he's running in the 15th position, so he's had some issues as well. So probably no danger for Michael Cossack, but don't want to. You know, I probably should just stop talking about points because it's really hard for me to try to figure out where everybody's at. Oh Lord, as these two get together. See, Jason Lottridge just completely missing a rear bumper. Back up front, though, Jonathan Cofield leads the way, lap 54, 125. As we're getting closer and closer to halfway. Long race here. Lap times are about 25-second lap times, which is pretty long for you know, what, less than a mile. It's pretty close to being a short track, but not quite. 25-second lap times, 125 lap race is going to be a long one. Go check the battle between Matt Clemon and Chuck Phelps. I like this paint scheme that Matt Clemon's got. United States Air Force. You got the Air Force and the Marines running 9th and 10th, battling it out here. You see Michael Cossack. Trying to just race his way. He really doesn't have, he needs a few cautions. He's going to have some luck to get back in this thing, but he's just got to keep going as guys start to drop off. You know, that gives him a little bit of breathing room. He's just got to stay out of trouble as he has kind of put himself behind the 8 ball. But with Jason Lottridge sort of having the same type of issues, that kind of takes a little bit of that stress out. But Tyler Rice is running 17th to Brandon Pollock running in 8th is about the closest person to have an issue, but he's quite a few points out. So I think Cossack's going to be okay. Clement able to take over 9th place from Chuck. Go back up front. Jonathan Cofield out to a 2.3 second lead. As man, he has really put in the work this week. You can tell when guys are in must-win situations. They always come ready to go. I mean, like Christopher Bale in real life. I mean, good grief, good must-win situations multiple times for him, and was able to come out with a win each time. And Cofield right now, 2.4 to almost 2.5 seconds out, showing he's got it all figured out, and he ain't. He ain't pulling no punches, man. He's ready to go. But right now, watching Jason Warren move up to the back bumper of the 16 to Daniel Pope. Goes to the inside and able to take that position away. So moved Jason Warren up to the second position. Started in second. Saw he had a little tire spin on the first initial start, but has been able to recover here and taken over the second place position. I tell you, I hate to tell you about lap times, but Don Cofield is screaming right now. He's at least a tenth faster than anybody else on the track. So most of the time, 0.2 faster. So he is really wearing it out. Let's go forward with him. You know, we've looked at a few drivers from their in-car. You see the difference in just how smooth he's being. I can tell exactly what he's doing, and he's making it look so easy. You see this kind of weird front stretch, but he's using the brake here. Brake, trying to keep the car pointed right at that white line. Come up the track a little bit and then gun it here and get as much speed off of turn 2. And the same thing down here. You're going to turn, but use the brake to turn the car in the entry. Let off the brake, let it roll just a little bit, and then back on the throttle as hard as you can over those bumps. And man, doing a great job right there. And that's why he is wearing them out, man. Oh my goodness. I'll show you the lap times here so y'all can see the difference. As you'll see the difference right there. I mean, he is two, sometimes 0.3 faster, 0.4 faster last lap. Cofield, man, he has come ready to go. Watch this time by what Jason Warren's able to do, just a tenth slower that time. So Cofield's still pulling away. Daniel Pope starting to fall back a little bit. Started on the pole, but he has got a lot of company here. As Andy Kurtz in that 5 machine, our biggest mover, up 13 spots where he started, is really, really moving. And I just wonder how much of it's because of that top line. We saw him running, the last time we showed him on camera, he was running that top side. So, you know, don't know. We see Jonathan Cofield working sort of the bottom, driving right down to the bottom, but Kurtz making this line work here as we start to really get the tires worn out here on this run. Yeah, let's go on board with him. We'll see the difference, the contrast of the different drivers. We'll look and see the contrast between Kurtz and Cofield. Kurtz running almost identical lap times, had a one lap where he was about 4/10 faster. So this line working out really good. You'll see the difference, which is why it's such a fun racetrack, able to run different lines. Saw Cofield running sort of the bottom line, and Kurt's running the top about almost 2/10 faster that lap. So look out for Andy Kurtz. He's doing some good stuff here. Gonna need to make up a little bit more time to be able to make up the 6 seconds he's behind, but Daniel Pope coming down pit road. Stops in his box. You see the guys, they're not even doing anything. They're just talking. Just see the guys to the right there. They're just talking, not even doing anything. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But he's getting 4 tires down and away. 4 General tires, and he is gone. So doing a little pit stop, started to feel like he was fading a little bit, knowing that we have to make another pit stop. So come in and get fresh tires and try to make up some time on the track, short pit a little bit. Like Josh Oswald in pit road as well. But he is having some sort of issue because he's been on pit road for a while. Michael Morrison brings the 21/16 Napa Impala down on pit road. So got quite a few guys trying to make their stop here, as Al Renecki is going to go around the number 1 of Brandon Pollock, and this is for 6th position. Look at Matt Clement, man. We saw him a little bit ago working his way around Chuck Phelps, and he is knocking the door down on the top 6 as he is running these fellas down. Has already made it in the top 10, up 8 spots from where he started. Jason Warren brings the 45 machine down on pit road, so that should, I would imagine, bring in the top few, I would imagine. So we'll see how that goes here, but he's coming down, getting 4 tires. Fuel, most likely, if we stay green, it's going to be the last stop, so you got to make it count. No mistakes, as we see him drive by Josh Oswald with some sort of issue, so definitely out of this one, and his chances of battling it out for an ARCA Series championship starting to fade a little bit here, as seem to have some sort of terminal damage. Cofield still out on the track, 6.2 seconds ahead of Andy Kurtz. Andy Kurtz actually faster than Cofield the last few laps. So Andy Kurtz with some long run speed. If we get a caution here and Andy Kurtz can get up towards the front, I'll be interested to see what old Andy could do here with this 58. Alan Renecki, another one of those drivers who is pretty good on points. It'd be very, very difficult for him to fall out of the top 4. Oh, Michael Morrison has crashed. No caution, though. Don't know what happened to him, but anyway, Jonathan Cofield comes down pit road. Andy Kurtz going to follow him, as Jonathan going to give up the lead. That's going to go to Michael Nash. So, gonna see how much Daniel Pope, Jason Warren, those guys were able to make up on the track. We'll see how big a tire difference really is. Looks to be about 1.5 seconds. So I would imagine it's gonna be pretty dang close. But if that is the case, then we'll see Cofield on the offensive, which I think will be a lot of fun, seeing him try to work past these guys. Right now, Alan Renecki out front gets that bonus point. Very, very important here. You see right behind him, Daniel Pope trying to unlap himself. Does not want a caution, but he will get the lucky dog, but he'd rather just go on right around the field. To the inside, and he is gone. So you see the difference in tires there. All right. Well, once everything cycles around, looks like Daniel Pope will come out with the lead. He has got 8 lap older tires than Jonathan Cofield and Jason Warren, or about 4 laps fresher than Jason Warren. So gonna be a good bit quicker as we go ahead and jump to Jonathan Cofield, as he is about 3.6 seconds away from Daniel Pope. Got some lap traffic though, so you know, like I say, trying to watch Jonathan a little bit, giving him a lot of camera time, but he is in the best position to get this win and advance by getting the victory. So pretty dramatic if he can get this done, but now he's got some work to do as he is trying to work through the, as Michael Nash looks like he is going around and spins it out. Caution, no caution. He backs it back into the fence. And we stay green, no caution. Barney asleep up on the tower. Go back and see what happened to Michael. Kinder Farmer Ranch wreckage rewind. He comes off the corner, just loses it, trying to save it. He's doing the best he can. Almost did, and came around. He's going to come down pit road now. But go back on board with Jonathan Cofield. He's trying to run down the leader, or what will be the leader, Daniel Pope, currently in 4th position. Last lap by was about a 1/10 and a half faster than Daniel Pope. But right now, we still got quite a few laps to go. But if you're the 58 machine, you just do not have time to wait, as you know, right now Josh Oswald, the other must-win, is sitting on pit road, so he is out of this thing. Of course, honestly, right now, everybody's in a must-win situation, especially if Jonathan Cofield can get up there and win. That would knock the 4th place driver out. So just too much going on. I wish I could see the dang live points for me to try to call it while also calling the action. It's all too close right now to say who is what. The only thing that matters, if Jonathan Cofield goes up here and wins it, he will be in, and everybody will be pretty much where they were. But if he doesn't, we'll see how the points kind of play out, as Jason Lottridge has worked his way back up to 8th position right now. And Tyler Rice is running in the 13th position. Brandon Pollock is right behind Jason Lottridge in the 9th position. So, going to be close on points. Everybody trying to do the best they can to maximize that point total. But right now, Al Renecki really stretching this run, as he last pitted on lap 34, and it is lap 91. So he's just trying to stretch it, hope for a caution. Make that lead lap field a little bit smaller if a caution does come out. Almost got it with Michael Nash spinning down the front back straightaway, but caution didn't come out. Al Renecki right now 13 seconds ahead of 2nd place Brandon Wallace, who is also stretching this fuel run as long as he can. Daniel Pope, who has already pitted, is about 1.8 seconds behind him, so expect to see Brandon Wallace come down pretty quickly. You see the 16 right there, but then you see right behind him is the 58 of Cofield. Has gotten within half a second of Daniel Pope, and when, as long as the caution doesn't come out, this is your battle for the lead. Daniel Pope and Cofield going to make quick work of the 99, who's still on old tires. So now battle for second now for these drivers, and which will be the battle for lead once Al Radecki does relinquish the lead. '58 with a run down the inside. Still there on the left rear quarter as they go down into turn 3. See if the 58 can get this done. Al Radecki is going to come down pit road now. So this is a battle for the lead. 16 going to do a crossover. 58's got a nice run. Going to drive down in the corner and going to take over the lead. So Jonathan Cofield back out front and breathe a little bit easier now, as he should have the fresher tires and should be able to set sail. Lap 97 of 125. So laps are going to start to tick down quick as long as it stays green. Cofield got to be feeling good now as he is pulling away from Daniel Pope, and Jason Warren is about 6 seconds behind him. And Jason Warren with a lot of lap traffic in front of him, so not going to be an easy road if he's going to try to get up there to the front. Brendan Wallace down on pit road. 4 tires of fuel and get out there, and he's going to be screaming passing these cars on those fresh tires. Talking about playoff drivers, Brandon Pollock has done a great job so far of doing the best he can. He gets in the wall a little bit right there. Doing the best he can to get as many points as possible. He's in danger of going a lap down here, as there's only 5 cars on the lead lap. And you see right behind him, that's Jonathan Cofield. That's your leader. So Brandon Pollock would love to stay on the lead lap, maybe catch a caution, and he can make up a lot of points. But right now, Brandon Pollock up 6 spots from where he started, and he's doing everything he can, all the right moves to point himself in. But right now, the guy behind him, John Cofield, if he wins this race, it'll be all for naught, as he will take that final spot. I feel like I'm a little like Fox telling you about the start-finish line at Talladega being outside after the trial over and over again. But I had a fancy graphic to show you the points standings as they are. That would be awesome too, but I don't have that. So well, I could tell you, man, it's really impressive. Cofield showed up tonight with a mission, and he is executing that perfectly, as he is some 6 seconds ahead, about 5.5 ahead of Daniel Pope, who has won 2 straight races here in the ARCA series, trying to make it 3 in a row. But man, I can tell you what, I don't see, unless there's a late race caution, I don't think anybody's got anything in this 58. Talk about Michael Kostick. He's still behind the 8 ball quite a bit, but has made up some spots, just getting back on the track and just running laps, as he was in 17th, but people have had issues, and now he runs in the 13th position, which I think will make him pretty dang safe no matter what happens. There's Jason Lottridge right in front of him. So I'm sure a scary moment as he spun off a turn forward and actually spun down pit. That's a really hard pit road to get into. So the fact that he was able to spin down pit road, that was impressive. But spun down pit road, had a penalty, but has done a good job of coming back and gaining a few spots and not giving it away. Well, the cars kind of spread out around the track as we've got a really nice green flag run here. Green flag pit stops, so it's really spread out the field. And 18 laps to go for Jonathan Cofield. 8 seconds ahead of Daniel Pope as he's wanting to put Brandon Pollock a lap down, but with a 9-second gap between second place, doesn't have to fight too hard. You know that Brandon Pollock really would like to stay on the lead lap if he can, so he'll fight just a little bit, but I think the 58 will be pretty patient with the one. Does get the run down the straightaway. Let's see what he does. Oh, man. Woof. Did not expect a slide job there, but slides up in front of the one. One going to look down to the inside, but it is no use as the 58 just drives on by. $15 laps to go. See Jason Lautcher's down on the inside on the apron. A lot of damage to that 48 machine. Looks like a little bit of contact and going to spin it out. And Michael Morrison is going to spin out as well. And don't know what's going on here. He's got the wheel completely cocked. Go back and see what happened there for the 48 machine. Go back and watch that one more time as we're on board with Jason Lottridge. As it's like he might have gotten a little bit loose here. Thing looks good. Then a little back and forth and spins her out, saves it, and then turns the wheel into the wall. Oh, just trying to maybe stay up against the wall. I don't know. Interesting. Then gets the caution and then throws into gear and then goes. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe that right front is all tore up. Well, he gets off the wall and he's good to go. So I don't know what happened there with the 48 machine. Was able to get it back going once the caution came out. But anyway, coming down pit road though. So Jonathan Cofield did not want to see that caution as he had the lead, the win pretty much locked up. But does come down pit road, comes out with the lead. Or the first car off of pit road shows Brandon Pollock currently in the lead. Don't know if he is going down pit road or what's going on with him, but as he is running on the apron, looks like going to come down pit road here. Cofield does retain the lead here. Even with this caution, I'm just not sure. Unless he were to spin the tires, I'm not sure if anybody's got anything for him. As he seems to be faster on new tires, old tires, middle tires, no tires. Doesn't really matter. So I'll tell you what, while I've got a little bit more time, let's go back and watch that. Let's watch the crash one more time from Jason Lottridge and see exactly. Man, it was just so weird. I want to see what happened to him. As, like I say, going down the corner and everything looks good. Just kind of gets a little bit out of shape. Michael Morrison able to, then I don't know, just like he was maybe trying to, let's see if anybody was behind him. That was probably what he was doing. Trying to keep it. Oh, nobody was coming? I don't know. Got the wheel cocked all the way to the right, and then the caution does come out, and then he slams it into gear and able to get it back going. See, I don't really know what happened there. Let's watch it again. I don't want to miss any racing, but I just don't know if he had a wheel problem or what happened here. Let's see, one more time. On board with Jason Lottridge. Gas up, get a little bit loose, and Wall catches the car, and probably could have kept going there. And like I said, I don't know. I don't know if his wheel messed up, just all the way up, turned up against the wall, and then you're gonna see it come to a complete stop, and then you're gonna see the caution light come on, and then the wheel starts working again and able to get back going. Looks like maybe so. You see, it kind of stuck to that wall, and finally able to get it off. Damaged model from iRacing, just kind of goofy sometimes. But lights are off on the pace car, so he pulls off, and we're gonna have a 10-lap shootout here for the race win. Cofield gets a great jump here, gonna try to clear the 16. He does, so gonna set sail. The 16 gonna try to get it wound up on the top side, and the 58. Oh my goodness, the 16 gets real loose off the corner as he had the throttle matted there trying to make it stick on the top side, not quite able to do it. 58 fighting for his life here. Oh, the 16 loose again. He has got that right rear on fire as he's going to lose second place to Jason Warren. But Cofield already pulling out to almost a second lead already with only 9 laps to go. Checking in on Daniel Pope, who we saw get incredibly loose there on that restart. The way that iRacing tire model works is once you heat the tire up, you really have to give it a little bit of time to cool down before you can really get back into the groove. So you see he's starting to lose some spots. Ray Page starting to run him down just a little bit. Jason Warren with a little bit of life left in him here. If he can try to make up some time, but right now, Cofield, man, he is flying. You'll see the difference here. Cofield about a 10th and a half faster than the lap before. Let's see what they were right here. About even. Cofield just a little bit faster, so Warren gonna have to find a little bit extra. He's gonna have to dig down deep. He's gonna get this win, as that is not gonna be enough to catch him with only 6 laps to go. Well, with 5 laps to go. Oh my goodness! Cofield gets loose off the corner. Right as I was about to talk about him, gets loose, and man, I would have swallowed my throat at that point because, man, he is only 5 laps to go from the win and moving to the final 4, but almost loses it off the corner. Man, what a disaster that would have been. But he does get it going. About a 6/10 lead here, as he's probably trying to get his heart to slow down just a little bit. My goodness. What a scary moment for the 58. But they're all driving their guts out. Jason Warren, 2.5 tenths faster last lap when he had that slide, and last time by they were dead even. So Cofield back to getting that thing rolling, but 3 laps to go. This has to be smooth here. But man, talking about Cofield, We talked to him last season after he had some connection issues that took him out of the title. He's going to get in the wall. Cofield's going to get in the wall as we come to take 2 laps to go. Cofield, my goodness. I can't believe it. Hopefully there's no damage there. If he's got damage, he may be in trouble, but he is raising the wheels off of it here with just 2 laps to go and putting himself in some big danger. But he's going to come to take the white flag right here. Just need to make it one more lap. White flag is out here for Jonathan Cofield as goes down to turn 1. I'm scared to talk about him again. Whew. As he comes down the back straightaway, you see the battle for second place. Daniel Pope looking to the inside, but the 58 going to come off of turn 4, and he is going to punch his ticket to the Final Four here in the Rebels ARCA Series and move on to the next round in a must-win situation. Your winner, Jonathan Cofield, gets it done. Incredible drive. What I was trying to talk about is last season we talked to him about missing the playoffs due to some connection issues and just dominated last season. And this season run into the same trouble, had some penalties and stuff that he had to overcome, and found himself in a must-win situation tonight. And, man, really showed up and showed out. I mean, just way better than the rest of the field. There's no doubt about it. Best car on the track. And he gets it done. Takes the last position in the playoffs. He will bump, unfortunately, he'll bump Jason Lottridge out of the championship. And that is your last driver in the Final Four. He is the only one locked in. Now, the point standings will be updated soon. We'll look at that. But Cofield actually right now the only one that is for sure in. So, but anyway, let's talk to some drivers, see what they thought. And we're going to start with Jason Warren. Jason, this Eddie in the booth. You got me?
What's going on, buddy?
Man, I don't know. My brain's fried after running Darlington. It's all mush. It's basically like baby food up there right now. But, man, a fun race. A little like Rockingham in the ARCA cars. I can't think of a much better combo. It's a pretty fun little deal. Pretty good race out of you. Got loose on the start, but able to fight back and be there at the end. Tell me about your race, man. How'd it go for you?
First of all, my friends, those sons of bitches, lied to me on the initial start. Asked what gear to start in. They said first. How about took out that whole damn field? So that, and then I was all to hell there about the first 5 laps after that. But after that, we got settled in. I didn't have a winning car. Cofield's just fucking amazing in these cars. It's absolutely unreal. Pope wouldn't even let me have second. Good God, it's like tough love, I guess. I don't know what the hell, but props to him. Props to Cofield. Cofield is dominating. He's unreal in these cars. So got Charlotte in 2 weeks. I won an 87s race there. Lucked into winning that, but I'm not really that great there. But we'll see what we can do and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, the Final Four is a pretty stout Final Four with now Cofield, it should be Michael Kostick and Al Renecki. So it should be a pretty exciting race. But man, I don't know. I gotta give you a little bit of props. I think this season, I think you've shown the most consistency out of anybody. I mean, I feel like you got to feel pretty good going into that last race. I know you won't say that you're going to win it, but I got to feel like you're probably the favorite to win after this season. So looking forward to seeing how you do. You were able just to have a pretty straightforward, easy race tonight and get those points to get in. But punch your ticket to the Final Four. So congratulations, man. As always, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout-outs?
DP Daniel Pope, the Godfather, SPM, Velocity Motorsports. You for your broadcast. You're fucking amazing. The Rebels League. Griff for running it, or whoever runs it now. Fuck, I don't know. I have to look at the admin. I haven't looked at the admin chat in like a week, so we'll see that. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations making the Final Four. Looking forward to seeing what you do next week.
I appreciate it, brother.
Whew. All right, well, let's talk to Daniel Pope. Bring him up in here. Daniel, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
I got you, man.
Well, I'm disappointed, man. You couldn't make it 3 in a row. Just so sad. But
Terrible.
but a second place finish. You know, it looked like you had a pretty good car out there, but you know, Jonathan Cofield seemed to be in a different zip code. Kind of talk about your race. What did you feel like you were missing, and what happened there at the end, man? Started to get a little bit loose, heated that right front, right rear up. Had to to let it cool down just a little bit.
Yeah, I have never ran a race at Rockingham Speedway. So I have, well, I mean, I ran a street stock league here, but that's different. Like something you have to save tires. So I did a terrible, terrible job of figuring out or quickly adapting to what I needed to do. And Jonathan did a phenomenal job of keeping the tires on it. Him and Jason both, they did good, better than me. So I tried to play a little strategy in the middle of the race there. I was almost 6 seconds behind, and I short pitted and wound up with a big gap, but I knew the tires would eventually give up. And they got that late caution, and I knew, 10 lap sprint, I could run with him. I didn't have to save anything. And I had seen him do it earlier to the 3 car, where he pretty much held it wide open around the top of 1 and 2 and got a huge run and took the lead. So I tried it, but I got too loose to do it. So I kind of threw it away, but there was no way I was letting Jason finish second. So I had to go get that back.
Well, interesting to hear you talk about, not knowing really how to do it. What did you learn from the start of the race to the finish of the race of how you needed to drive it, how you could improve the tire wear as you got to the end of the race?
I was doing something wrong on corner entry where I don't know if I was overturning the wheel early or I was not using enough brake. And towards the end of the race, I kind of figured out a particular lane or like a line going down in the corner where it seemed like the car wasn't as unhappy when I turned the steering wheel. So if I come back here, I'll probably hope to be better. This has not historically been one of my better racetracks. So even in street stocks, I struggle here, but I'm happy with it, excited. Like I tell you every week, I got a lot to learn still. This is all new to me.
Well, it looked like fun, especially there at the end as your right rear is about 310 degrees. So it looked like it was a lot of fun out there, and you were able to get Jason Warren at the end. He's a little upset with you that you wouldn't at least let him have second place, but looked like it was fun. Y'all having a good battle, and I know there's a lot of love there. But anyway, as always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs? Anybody want to shout out?
Yeah, shout out to my guys at SPM. Family over there. We have a lot of fun. And then, of course, Jason for throwing away the last corner and giving me an opportunity to get back around him.
All right, man. Well, glad to have you put on a pretty good show tonight. And couldn't make it 3 in a row, but, hey, still a pretty good show. And congratulations on second place, Daniel.
Thanks, and I'll see you guys next season. I won't be around for the finale, but I plan on running next season.
Well, that's good news for everybody. That's Daniel Pope, everybody. Second place finish. Let's talk to our winner. Winner. Chicken dinner, Jonathan Cofield. Eddie in the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Well, man, you talking about, hey, you wearing a suit?
Yeah, I'm got a helmet on and everything. Yes.
No, I'm talking about a business suit, because man, you came here to do business tonight. As man, you showed up ready to roll. You wasn't playing around. You had the car track figured out. Definitely seemed like there was some practice done there. But man, you waxed the field. I mean, you had a 9-second lead over Daniel Pope, Jason Warren at one point. Nobody had anything for you there. Pretty impressive. Punch your ticket to the Final Four. We'd love to see it. So congratulations for that. Talk about your race, man. Talk about how you got it done tonight. What was the secret out there?
I don't know. I like this track. Trucks, ARCA. Didn't see many guys run. From where I was, didn't see many people. You know how it usually kind of moves up to the high side. Didn't kind of see that. Didn't really feel like I needed to do it. I didn't see anybody behind me moving up. So, run good here last season. Was running second and got cursed. I knew I was going to have a pretty good chance at running pretty good here. I just like the way the track's the way the track flows, it's just a really like being on a roller coaster. It's just a blast to drive.
Yeah, it seems like it's a lot of fun to race around each other. There's, a couple different lines. We saw Andy Kurtz, speaking of using that top side, running similar lap times than you, and while you're running sort of the bottom line. So really impressive racetrack, a lot of fun it seems like. But man, talk about coming in here having to. I talked a little bit while you're crossing the line about last season with the connection issues, not being able to fight for a championship that you felt like you probably deserved after last season. This season, come in with, we talked about it all year, come in with a purpose to come in and win this championship. Had some issues a few races back, but man, here you are in a must-win situation. Got it done. Go to the Final Four at Charlotte. It kind of feels like it's a destiny. What do you feel like?
Yeah, I feel pretty good about it. Things happen for a reason. If I wouldn't have made it in last year, or if I would have made it in last year, Charles Stevens might not have got his championship. But I think things happen for a reason. I got everything trying to do all my homework each weekend. Got myself in a pickle. Got suspended for a race and had to start from the pits, and it's been a disaster the last few races. So it's good to get that win and be in and get ready to go to that championship race.
Yes, sir. Well, Charlotte, going to be a fun track to watch you guys, race it out for a championship. So looking forward to that. But man, congratulations. I love to see guys come in ready to go, and especially in must-win situations to get it done. Just shows a lot of heart and shows what you got, and probably gives you a lot of momentum going into the Final Four. And I think, man, I don't know. It's going to be hard to bet against you next week. But congratulations, man, on the win, Final Four. And as always, man, who you got to thank? Sponsor shout-outs.
Oh, yeah, you for doing the broadcast. Always do an excellent job. Brandon Wallace for this awesome ARCA series. He's running. He does the scheduling and the racetracks and does a great job with it. Flexible Flake Solutions got Cofield Asphalt refinishing on the car. Peg leg felts, Lightridge brake pedals, Thunderstruck Super Series, Kenner Farm Ranch, Wallace's used tires. Everybody that makes this league as fun as it is.
All right, there you have it. Jonathan Cofield with the win, locks himself in the Final Four. And, of course, your Final Four is now Jonathan Cofield, Jason Warren, Michael Kostick, and Alan Wernecki. Those guys will battle it out for the championship in a couple weeks, I believe. So, well, pretty fun race. Sorry, I mean the broadcast not up to my standards. Like I said, just had a tough race. I was battling Michael Kostick, 20 laps at Darlington, and my brain is just mush. So do apologize for this, and we'll come back at the Final Four race, and we'll be ready to go, and we'll give y'all a good broadcast. So congratulations again to the top three. Let's bring up the results. They've been playing this whole time, but we'll go ahead and get the results up and show you where everybody finished tonight. Ray Page with a fantastic finish in fourth place. Man, had a good run. Brandon Pollock did everything he could, needed a win or point himself in. Guys with a lot of trouble, and he had a great finish, though, in the fifth position. Alan Wernecki pretty much right where he needed to be as point-wise, finished sixth. Matt Clement with a fantastic run in seventh. Brandon Wallace in eighth. Chuck Phelps does a great job finishing in the top 10 in ninth. Steve McDonald, 10th. Michael Kostick recovers. Man, what a great job by him. Don't think he needed to. I think his points were good, but recovery was running 17th at one point. Comes back and finishes 11th. Michael Morrison, we saw him have some troubles in that 16 Napa, number 21 here, but able to come home with a 12th position. Tyler Rice 13th. Jason Loshers 14th. Michael Nash 15th. 16th Andy Kurtz. 17th Josh Oswald. 18th Mickey Isaac. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and call it quits. And a lot of fun, as always. Really enjoy this series. Hate that it's almost over, but I'm excited to see who's going to take home the championship. I think all four drivers, I really like all of them, And I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't call it. If you put a gun to my head and say pick somebody that's gonna win this championship, I ain't got a clue. Because I think all 4 of them are strong contenders at Charlotte. So we'll see how it plays out. But anyway, guys, y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all next time.